What's up, y'all? Let me walk you through the gear I'm using this week at HxL25 Conference. So this week, I'm using my personal kit. It's a Yamaha Oak Custom Blue Sparkle. I've used this kit pretty much on every live recording that I've done here at Lakewood. It's a go-to for me. I love the finish. I love the sound of it. It's loud and punchy. So this kit has a 24-inch kick drum, and I have 4 toms. We have the 10-inch, 12, 14, and then a 16-inch. I like this configuration a lot. I've been using this setup for quite a while now, and I love it. It's fun to play all these toms, honestly, but most importantly, it allows me to play different genres of music. So I can do the rock thing, I can do the gospel thing, I could do pop stuff. It's super flexible. My main snare is a Yamaha Recording Custom, brass, 6.5 by 14. Love that thing, sounds amazing. My side snare is a Yamaha Musashi, Japanese oak. And that was the very first snare that I ever bought with my own money. It was like maybe $300. I wanted to have a snare that sounded super cracky, and it still sounds thick when you tune it up. It doesn't lose the body, and I love that about that snare. Last night, I would have used a slightly different setup. Only 2 things changed. I had a different snare, and that was a Noble and Cooley 7 by 14-inch single ply beach snare. Sounds amazing. I love that snare. I had that one pitched a little bit higher than my Yamaha just because of the set list, and we had torn, so I wanted to change the palette a little bit. And for my Tom 1, instead of using the 10-inch, I used the 8-inch for this kit. For heads, on the toms, I'm using controlled sound clear with the black dot. I love how punchy they are. They have a deeper pitch, and they have a focused mid-range, and I love that about those heads. For my snares, I'm using a coated Emperor batter side, and on the snare side, I'm using the Snare Hazy Ambassador. Sounds great. So for my snare wires, I'm using the 20 strand instead of the 30 because I need a bit more of an articulate sound and a quicker response. The 30 strand snare wires are a bit too much for me, and I feel like they have too much decay. So on the bass drum, I'm using an Evans EMAD for the batter side. I'm using a black ebony. Actually, let me go see. On the resonant side of the kick, I'm using a Power Stroke, what is that? P3 black suede. Honestly, I just saw the black. I needed a black head that didn't have sheen on it and just bought it. I didn't look at the names, so that's why I'm reading the names. It's hilarious. We can walk around on this side. So on my snares, I pretty much always use the Snareway M1B dampener. It's a leather material, and it'll pretty much last forever. And I prefer that over the sticky products because those kind of roll up as I'm playing, and they get dirty and they fall off. They never stay in the spot that I need it to stay in. It's not consistent for me, so I really prefer the Snareway products. So for cymbals, this week I'm doing something a little different. I'm trying out a couple different cymbals. I'll start from left to right. So on the left here, we have a Cluster Crash 20-inch. Sounds really cool. I love this cymbal. For my main crash here, this is it's an Istanbul AGOP 19-inch dark crash. I'm reading the names because this I just got, and I'm just trying it out. So I haven't memorized the names. So for this splash, this is my personal splash. This is a cool texture. It's a custom EFX splash. It's a 10-inch. For the ride, this is the Church's. It's a Zildjian Constantinople 22-inch Renaissance. You can crash it, you can ride it, super versatile ride. For the top crash here on my right, it's a 20-inch thin crash. Again, similar with the 19. I'm trying it out this week to see if I like it. So far, sounds good. On the far right here, we have the 18-inch EFX crash by Zildjian. It's the K version. They have an A one as well, but I like the K version. So here with this stack that I made, on the bottom, I have a K Custom Special Dry Trash Crash. It's cracked, but it still sounds cool. And I've thrown a Special Dry Splash on there, a K Custom as well. And they sound really good together. I've used it on Lakewood Music's Oh How Worthy live recording. I had it in a slightly different position, but I'm just trying something new here. So for my hats, I'm using Dominion Cymbals Tribute 15-inch hats. They sound really good. It's supposed to be like a nod to the Constantinoples by Zildjian, if you're not familiar. They sound really good, and I like them, so I'm using them. So I can't forget about the electronics. I'm using the Roland SPD-SX. At this point, it kind of feels vintage using this since I've seen so many of the new ones around, but it still works great. I've loaded my sounds. Ultimately, I would maybe build other pieces around the kit to have extensions with like drum pads and stuff like that. But for this week, I'm just keeping it simple, just using everything on the SPD-SX. So for pedals, I'm using the classic DW 9000. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it except that it's a classic for a reason. It's a standard. For the hi-hats, same thing. DW 9000, great hi-hat stand. Love the pairing of these two. So for sticks, I'm using the Vic Firth. What are these? So for my sticks, I'm using the X5 5B. These are awesome. For years, I used Vic Firth Metal, and then I kind of slowly moved into Vic Firth Rock. For the last few years, I've been using these sticks, and they're awesome. They feel amazing. They are very articulate. They have a nice tapered edge here. What is it? Tapered shoulder edge? Doesn't matter. I love these sticks. They're awesome. Another set of sticks that I use all the time for flow moments or worship moments, I'll use these Travis Barker Zildjian sticks and mallets. They're kind of a hybrid. So for moments where we're flowing and I need to access normal sticks super quick, I'll just flip them in the moment and then just kind of go for it. And then, you know, I'll switch them here and there, but whatever. Cool sticks. And then when I know for sure that it's only gonna need cymbal swells, I'll use these. They don't have the logo on it anymore because I've had them for close to 10 years, but these Zildjian cymbal mallets, these are awesome. They have an extremely soft attack and they sound beautiful on cymbals. Might as well do the whole thing. So my stick bag is a mono stick bag. Great bag. For my in-ears, I'm using 64 audio. I love these things. I've used so many in-ears over the years. These have definitely been my favorite, and they have a cool design on them. All right, so that's my setup. Thanks for hanging out. See y'all soon. Peace.
I need some bad. I'm too. Great job.
Thanks, bro.